Ricky.
Lane.
This is We Want to Watch. My name is Lane. That's Ricky, as we just said. And this is a podcast where we talk about movies. Yeah, where we talk about movies that we want to watch. I'm launching right into it because, so taking a step back, our movie this week is The Usual Suspects from 1995, directed by Bryan Singer. Ricky wanted to watch this. This is a Rick's pick. Before we talk about the movie at all, I'm going to set the table a little bit, but so as I've mentioned on this podcast in the last couple of weeks, I'm in a cast currently. We've talked about this cast, a bum leg, whatever, head surgery. Something we haven't really taled about is that I'm getting around on a scooter. A cast of characters, a rogues gallery, right. The Usual Suspects specifically. No, what we haven't talked about is that I am getting around via knee scooter. So I'm riding around my fucking apartment and everywhere. I'm scooting, yeah. Have you seen it on camera? I don't think you have because I've been recording in my living room. I'll send a picture later.
Not
but
a
I've got,
single
like,
scoot out of you, I'll say.
Yeah, I'll make Christopher take a video of me later. But it's like a little. It's huge. It's not. Little.
Yeah. When you say it's a little, like
wheels.
You're like pulling this thing next to you. It's this contraption. You know? Massive doohickey.
It really is.
You're like, oh, it's this little.
It's a contraption. Doohickey does not do it.
No, doohickey is too small of a noise. Yeah, too small of a word for it, right?
But so, all this time, it's been a while on this podcast, and I was thinking,
it's been a while.
About this scooter. I want to play a little game.
Oh, yeah.
So while I still have the scooter going.
You want to play a little game?
I have a 2-part game here.
Whoa, okay.
So this is, and there's a lot of setup. So again, we watched The Usual Suspects from 1995. You've probably heard of it. You also saw the name of this podcast. If you clicked on it, you saw the name of the episode. You know what we're talking about.
Well, that's an assumption that maybe somebody's playing it for someone else. They don't know what's going on. It's a blind play.
Or maybe it's the first episode that they've ever clicked on of our podcast, right? Big movie, big deal. So a common topic of contention that we've heard from people about our show is that we don't do any kind of plot description. We don't run through the plot. We don't describe what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
And so earlier today, I was listening to another movie podcast. This had Oscar buzz. Shout out, This Had Oscar buzz.
Who's
much bigger
Oscar
podcast.
Buzz?
I don't know, but they had him. And on that show, they do a game at the beginning of every episode called the 60-second plot description.
Oh, okay.
Where they run through the plot as fast as they can in 60 seconds. And, try to get like as much detail as they can, not just like a summary, but like a real like walkthrough. And I was thinking, it'd be really funny to try to have Ricky summarize The Usual Suspects, the most plot movie of all time, in 60 seconds as best as he can.
I think I can do that easy.
Really?
Yeah.
You think you can go through the whole thing?
Yes.
All of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, this is a 2-part game. So we're going to do this first. So I'll get 60 seconds on the clock. And then if you want to, do you feel ready?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with it.
I'm ready to hop in whenever you're ready to hit go on that stopwatch. All right?
Okay. But the whole thing, you're doing the whole
movie. Yep.
The whole movie. You're not going to just say a sentence. I feel
wow.
like
Wow. I mean.
But in earnest.
In
earnest. Good faith.
In earnest, yeah. Well.
No, you're going
to. In some form of faith.
The whole plot.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Don't fuck with me.
Okay.
The less seriously you take this one, the meaner I'm going to be on the second part of this game.
Okay, so that's fine.
So you know. Okay, all right. 60 seconds on the clock.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Kevin Spacely poorly pretends to be a mentally handicapped man in order to I'll say garner favor from a detective who is trying to figure out how 12 or something mobsters all died and his main catch got away, right? But since Kevin Spacey is Kevin Spacey, he has to be above everyone else. He has to be smarter than everyone else. And so he is the main guy, and he managed to fool the detective, who, by the way, this precinct has, no fucking due diligence whatsoever. And they just let him walk out the goddamn front door after he sprinkles along a bullshit story made up of words that he remembered from the crime scene. And that's it.
That's not the plot of this movie. There's more to this movie than that.
That's all that happens in this movie.
I mean, time. There's 15 extra seconds on the clock. Okay, I'll give it to you in that you described. We'll talk about it. There's a lot of feelings, I think, that a person can feel after watching this movie. And
really?
Annoyance that this is all that happens in this movie, I think, is a valid one.
Yes, that was my main one. And that's like where this plot summary has sprung from.
That's fair. And so I agree with you. I think we'll get there. But before we do that, I do want to play Well Done. I'll give you Well Done. You actually did. You put in more good faith than I thought you would.
That was pretty much. You know what? Because I wanted to say that about this movie, like before the episode, like before you said that, I was like, you know what? I have like a 30-second bit that I really got to get out. But like my biggest problem was that from like minute 4, I was like, oh, this is like Kevin Spacey doing like a bad. Like I was like, I don't know if he's just such a bad actor.
Hang on. We got okay, table it. I promise we'll talk about it.
Okay,
I have notes too about like, does the Kevin Spacey of it all work? So before we do that though, no, okay, we'll do we can get into it now. We'll do the second half of the game later. I'm sweating already. We can get into it because I think
I'm sweating.
Yeah, true. I wasn't even the one playing the game.
Yeah.
No, I think we can get. I think the game will be even better if we wait a little bit and talk more about the movie first.
Okay.
So we'll get there. Well done. But yes, the thing I kept thinking, because I had seen this movie before, I'm glad you picked it. I think this is a great movie for us to talk about. But the Kevin Spacey of it all, I think, does this movie even work 30 years later? 30 years, I mean, it's a 30-year-old movie now at this point. Mm-hmm. Knowing everything about Kevin, can you even like suspend disbelief about Kevin Spacey, or is the well poisoned about him coming in that you're already suspicious of him? Like, did the twist work on you?
No, the twist did not work. Like, because I was immediately like, all right, either Kevin Spacey is just like a horrible actor, or like he's playing a smart guy who's pretending to have like, I assumed a mental deficiency. Yeah. It's not really, it's sort of up in the air. They're kind of like, oh, because like they don't. It's like he has a gait,
he's supposed to have cerebral palsy, I think. Like he's supposed
to like he's also just, I don't know, so all over the place with like what the symptoms are. Then I'm like, all right, I'm like, there's just, I don't know. He didn't sell me on it. And I was like, all right, either he's a horrible actor or like that's what the big twist is. And then they did the big twist, and I was like, all right, well.
I knew what that was.
Fine.
Did you know that there was a big twist? Did you know that the thing about this movie is that there was a big twist?
No
okay.
idea. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. That's like what people know. That's like, I'd say there are like 2 or 3 things about this movie people remember, and the twist is by far the one, the thing.
I have heard the line, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he never existed. And as it played, I literally like I had this like full visceral reaction. I was like, this is the movie that line's from? Like, really? I was like, dude, what the fuck ever, man.
That's fair. I mean, you know, I think this movie was really well received this movie was really well received at the time. It won Spacey an Oscar, his first. Mm-hmm. You know, and I believe it had, if it didn't win, it did win for original screenplay. So I mentioned it on the last episode. This movie's directed by Bryan Singer, he made a couple of X-Men movies.
Really? Like
he did some other stuff.
Like X1, X2?
Yeah, I think like the first ones.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's like a rapist.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, kind of a shitty guy. So we won't talk about him and his like directing style too much maybe, but the writer of this movie is like the one who wrote the screenplay is Christopher McQuarrie, who does all the Mission Impossible movies, among other things. So it's very interesting that this movie won a screenplay Oscar and then a Spacey supporting actor Oscar. I feel like the screenplay of this, while fun in the moment, afterward is so unsatisfying. And I want to know if you and I are on the same page about A, why it's so unsatisfying, and B, if it reminds you of any other movie that we've covered on this show.
Okay.
We're coming in with hot takes today, but you know.
Let's start with A. the reason it was unsatisfying for me, personally, is that, well, I mean, I wasn't convinced by Kevin Spacey's character, and that was the first part of it. And then the second part is that, like, it's too easy, it's too trite, it's too, like, contrived, right? Where it's like, okay, so he manages to get every detail correct outside, like, it bestows a type of, like, omniscience upon the Kevin Spacey character, where it's like, he understands exactly what the detectives know in order to lie around it convincingly, while also being, like, so high above them that he can, like, again, like I said, like, sprinkle in details from the crime scenes that he was a part of, right? Without them noticing. And they don't, like, they don't have him in a holding cell. They just, like, what? Like, even the interview is, like, in a fucking detective's office, and then he just, like, lets him out on the street.
Well, yeah, they say that in the beginning, because they're like, he posted bail, right?
Yeah.
So, I have less of a problem with the contrived part, because, like, the movie is that's the point. It is contrived. He has contrived a story, right? My problem is more that the twist is not telegraphed, I think, at all. Like, there is not, like, so I have never seen this movie and not had the twist spoiled to me. The first time, like, I always knew, it was kind of one of those things, like, Rosebud was his sled, whatever, like, those types of things. And, like, going into this movie, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, I'm excited to be, like, wrapped up in this. And I thought it was fine. I was very confused. I kind of was like, all right, like, not really enjoying it. This was 10 years ago that I watched this the first time. The second time, this time through, I was like, okay, I'm going to really lock into what I knew we would be talking about the most, which was how the twist plays out, Kevin Spacey's character, and then just kind of, like, the fun of it all, right? Like, the cast, like, all of the, you know. But the thing, like, I don't think that you could even, I think it's kind of deceptive, the way that this, I understand that's the point, right? But I feel like it's kind of a trick being pulled on the audience that I find insulting. To be like, well, I'm going to write a story that you could not guess the twist of, even if you knew really going in. I don't think that, and I think the only saving grace for it might be that now everybody is so suspicious of Kevin Spacey as a person that, like, you're more like you would expect him to be, right? You didn't have that 30 years ago in the same way.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know if
that's
it's
the only reason I think
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Like, just,
really?
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot more stories now just that have become so, I hate to say derivative again, because it's like a different meaning from how I meant derived earlier, but, like, it's like, they are derivatives, right? And so, like, you get, like, derivatives and satire, and a lot of times they'll add a twist, which is so, like, maybe not out of nowhere, but the like, the hints that they give, or, like, you know, the proof that they, you know, sort of point to throughout the film is usually so, like, embedded that it can be, like, tough to tell. And I feel like a lot of movies do this, to the point where people now, like, if you were to show this movie to someone like me who has not seen, like, wouldn't understand the context for it, like, doesn't really get these movies, they would still be super suspicious of this character and be like, oh, okay, well.
But that I don't think that you can. I think if this character was played by, like, I don't know, Tom Hanks or something, like, you would not have the same reservations because of who it's played by. Like, I really think it's impossible to divorce it, you know, from him. It's the same reason, and we'll talk about this in a year when we watch American Beauty. It's the same reason that movie plays wildly differently after all of this shit with him, because, like, that character was not received just as a creep wholesale 30 years ago or 25 years ago the way that it is now. I'm not spoiling anything, I think, but, like, I just don't think that your screen persona or his screen persona can be divorced from him as a character anymore, or him as a person.
Yeah. I get that. I mean, I still think, I mean, the Tom Hanks example is kind of tough, because, like, if he brought the same, like, Forrest Gump performance, sure, I don't think I'd be able to see through that. But yeah. I do feel like like, whatever main
I didn't even mean that comparison. That's funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's particularly
that
apt,
he has
right?
a prolific.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Yeah.
But I feel like it was a part of, like, the director's vision, or whoever's vision, was to have it be, like, he's, like, inconsistent, you know? Like,
well, he's a criminal like all the others. So, like, you don't trust anyone in this movie.
Right.
Right? And that's part of it. But, like, yeah, I think, I don't think you're wrong. This role was written for him specifically.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling up his horrible page on Letterboxd where you have to fucking look at his creep ass face. But I'm looking at like his movies that he released before this, and other than Seven had come out this year as well. We'll watch that movie. But like,
what is
other
in the
than
box?
this movie, yeah, it's him. So he's in. At this time, he had only been in Glengarry Glen Ross, a movie called The Ref that I don't think you've heard of. But he's not playing creeps.
Right.
Like, his creep era comes out around this time. And so, like, the idea that he, you know, is, you know, like a deceptive character that you can't trust, I think that was very new to audiences. Whereas, like, again, even just 10 years later, it's why Beyond the Sea doesn't work, right? Is because he's got creep energy. Like, maybe not, like, murderer, evil mastermind energy, but, like, definitely creep energy, and that's why that doesn't work.
He's creepy in that one because he's trying to play a younger character, right?
Yes, yeah. But I think it's also him. Yeah.
Well, and I think a lot of the reason why maybe the conceit of this movie works so well is because the main character is very, like, thinks they're better than others, right? And
sure,
I mean, within the like universe, sure, he is smarter than them. Like, yeah, sure, he pulled it off, great,
right.
Whatever. But I feel like that works specifically for like Kevin Spacey as a person. But like I said, like pretty much from like I think it was the second interaction I saw him in, because the first one I was like, all right, cool, like that's his character, and then this like. It was the sustained back and forth with him and the detective. I was like, okay, well, like, this guy is, like, faking having whatever issues he has, right? Like, I was like, that is not real.
Right.
And then, once it got to the point where he was talking about how the boogeyman guy had, like, spared him, essentially, and, like, oh, he does have a soul, yada yada. And he's like, who would fight the boogeyman? I was like, oh, this is the fucking guy. I was like, it's him, dude. Like, I was like,
who would shoot the devil in the back?
Yeah, just like shit like that. So, I'm like, bro, what the fuck, man? Come on.
So, is there another movie that we've watched where we've kind of talked about a deceptive twist before that comes to mind for you? It's kind of the whole premise of the movie.
Oh, I don't know.
That's okay. I thought of Smile too. Well, Smile in general. So, like,
okay.
A lot of people don't like that movie.
Right.
Because you can never tell what is true. Like, right, in The Usual Suspects, basically the entire, like, main plot of what you think is happening in the movie is completely, or at least mostly fictionalized, right? Like, there's, like, yeah, these basic events probably happened, but the way they went down, the way they were depicted, our entire characters, probably not really going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Smile does the same thing, right? The premise of that universe is that you can literally never trust anything that is on screen, basically at all. There's no tell. There's nothing. There's no like trick. It's not like in flashbacks, if you look closely, it's sepia toned. Like, it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So people complain about that as like a cheap kind of trick in Smile, but I feel like it works in those movies because you know that going in.
Yeah.
And that's what creates the tension.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, even though, of course, you're like, well, these are a bunch of criminals, right? Like, you know, they can't be trusted, whatever, unreliable narrator. There's not really anything to suggest that the entire movie you're about to watch is fake. It's basically doing and they all die, like, really, it was all a dream, like, kind of pull, like, trick. But there's nothing that would suggest that. And even, again, I knew going in and was looking for it. And, like, there's little bits here and there, but nothing that, like, you could really, like, make the connection to.
Yeah.
Other than it being very, like you could guess at it. Like, Kevin Spacey looks like he's faking. Like, right, you know? So.
I think for me, a lot of that comes down to, the thing with Smile is a very good point. But the way that Smile reveals it is that they have many small reveals, right? Where they show you
over and over.
Screen.
It's the whole movie,
right. But they show you repeatedly. Oh, like, this is an unreliable narrator. So once you have that first, like, oh, this is an unreliable narrator. From then on, you doubt everything on screen. like Smile 2, that's already established in the premise, and so you're like, all right, well, like you doubt anything that's on screen immediately, right? But
right,
Smile
right.
1, it does sort of build up to it, and in this movie, it's if there was more maybe time that the audience spends with any of the physical evidence, especially like during the interview, I guess I'll say. Because like we don't get until the very end when he's looking at like the board with all of the evidence on it, and he's like reading.
Yeah, we don't get
picture.
to see any of the words.
Right.
Yeah.
And then and like the printouts and stuff from like Toledo, Ohio, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, we as the audience would be able to tell that that's bullshit if we had seen these things beforehand, if we were primed for them, right? And you know what? Maybe they do show them earlier in the film, and I just didn't notice, and I'm a bad watcher, you know. But yeah.
I was looking, but
Yeah.
like there is a scene early on where it's just a quick shot, like really like less than 10 seconds, where Spacey is sitting in the office, kind of like looking over the corkboard. Obviously, again, knowing going in that he's like absorbing as many like ideas and putting together like fake names and shit.
Yeah.
But again, like I don't even think he plays it in a way that seems like suspicious. Like I don't think that he's playing it that way. So I don't know. I'm in agreement with you. Like I don't think that there is anything. I don't think you're a bad watcher. Like you're a more astute watcher than you give credit for, I think. So
yeah, I mean, I was also kind of like, because like I said, really early I picked up on like, oh, okay, well, he's kind of bullshitting here, but I didn't know the extent to it until he started really mythologizing the devil character, right? And I was like, all right, well, this is just like, it's him. He's just bullshitting, and he's like sucking himself off right now in front of the detective. I was like, this is gross, man. Like they put this on film, right?
Yeah.
But like I was watching it, and yeah, it's even though like him like reading the board, I think that was like one of the things that set me off was because he looks bored, right? Like he doesn't look like a man who has like a mental deficiency really at all, ever.
He doesn't. He's not. He only has a physical that's the whole point.
Well,
he doesn't.
The thing. Well, he has a stutter sometimes, and he does like the autistic over explanation occasionally, but like it's so inconsistent with like when he's doing these things and when he's not, and when he has these like these tics, whether they be like physical or verbal, and when he doesn't. And it's like, all right, well, like what? I don't know. I mean, I get that that's probably too like, I don't know, like leave a little breadcrumb trail, but that's it. You don't see anything outside of that, like outside of his performance.
I guess Well, but you do though, because you do see him interact with the way they talk about him, you know, where they're like, he's a con man, he's protected higher up, there's something going on. Like, so there's reason to doubt him, but the movie kind of plays it as if he's just protecting his friend,
right?
You know,
right.
The Gabriel Byrne character instead. So
and that he's also being protected by the boogeyman guy. I forget.
Kaiser Sussy, maybe.
Kaiser Sussy,
right.
yeah. And for some reason, and they're trying to suss out why. And it's like, okay, sure. And I could see I could see like thinking that that's the solution on watching it, but maybe it is. Maybe the poisoning of the well is what made me like shift from like, oh, like maybe he is being protected and whatnot to just being straight up like, no, like it's just him, like 100%.
I also, I'm looking at the Oscars for that year. So this was the 1996 Oscars about the 1995 movies. And I'm looking at Best Actor in a Leading Role and Best Actor in a Supporting Role. So Kevin Spacey won for Supporting. I haven't seen any of the movies other than The Usual Suspects that are nominated for Supporting.
Maybe everybody just sucked that year.
I think it's a weak year. I think it's a weak year. So it's James Cromwell in Babe, the pig movie Babe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So the farmer. Ed Harris in Apollo 13. I don't think you know Ed Harris from anything.
You're just making an O-ring joke earlier.
You were, it's true. Brad Pitt in 12 Monkeys, and then Tim Roth and Rob Roy. Tim Roth is your man from last year for Reservoir Dogs, playing also a liar. So Spacey beat all of them. However, I think it's pretty blatant category fraud to put him in supporting in this movie. I don't think he's the supporting actor. He's the lead. Yeah. Like, I understand that spoils the movie, but he's the one telling the story. He's obviously the big major character. He's the one who everything is fucking centered around. It's not really about Gabriel Byrne, even though he has an arc, you know? So, but Best Actor, I think, went to Nicolas Cage for Leaving Las Vegas, and there was a lot of competition there, I think, that year for Best Actor. So I think there's a little bit of category fraud happening. Mm-hmm. And I just wonder, how would this movie... So if they had put him in Best Actor instead of supporting, and he almost certainly would have lost, I think. How different would this movie's legacy be, and would Kevin Spacey's career trajectory be if he had not won? Like,
he wouldn't go beyond the sea. I'll tell you that much, all right?
I hope not. No, he would have had, you know, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, a nomination is probably like almost certainly going to happen either way. So I don't think it would have, like, a nomination versus a win is a difference, but you know, who knows if it would have really changed the trajectory of his career. But I don't know. I think it's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Because sure. I don't see him losing or winning against Nicolas Cage, Anthony Hopkins. Like, I don't think that happens. If he had gone up against them.
Now, I think even a funnier question would be, what if The Detective got nominated for Best Actor and he won? He beats Nick Cage. He beats the other guy you said, like, from Batman or whatever.
Anthony Hopkins?
Anthony Hopkins, yeah.
Batman?
Whatever he is. No, is he Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay, I was close.
Anthony Hopkins is Batman.
I was thinking of not that he was Batman. I was thinking of Michael Caine. Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Anthony Hopkins playing Alfred would have been a cool.
Yeah, right.
That's good casting there, right there. Yeah.
Hopkins was in a Transformers movie. That's what it was.
Was he?
Yeah.
He's in Thor. I think. Is he in Transformers? No,
he's in one of the Transformers movies. Yeah.
You're so full of shit.
It's one of their new ones. Yeah. It's the one where I think the Transformers are like animals. They're like ancient primal beasts or something. Oh.
No way. No, you're so
you're
lying.
Is.
You're so lying.
Yeah, he is.
Are you pulling my leg right now? He's not in Transformers. I'm looking at his filmography.
All right, who am I thinking of?
He's not in Transformers. Jesus. What's funny is Chris and I just watched that Rise of the Beasts.
Oh, really? Whoa.
Yeah, Chris put it on and I was like, I have a bum leg. I can't get up. I guess we're watching this.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Anthony Ramos?
Maybe.
Who is fully a young man?
No.
But has the same first name?
I don't know if it's Rise of the Beasts. It's the one where they destroy like Stonehenge and he dies in Stonehenge. Spoilers for whatever Transformers movie I'm talking about.
You're crazy. Are you for real? There's a... Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Now we have to dig into this. I can't believe we're about to go through the whole Transformers filmography. Transformers Stonehenge, I'm searching.
I think it's Age of Extinction is what I'm looking at now. Is what Oh no, I think this.
The Last Night.
One. Oh, The Last Night.
It's Transformers: The Last Night.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins is in that. Are you crazy? That's so crazy. Wait.
Me? I'm not crazy.
Is that for real?
I'm justified, okay? Like, I'm the opposite of crazy here.
Bro, I scroll... So I'm like Transformers, right? Bright...
Whatever, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bright red, colorful. I'm looking at the fucking cover art on Anthony Hopkins' like page, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not Transformers. It looks gray. Like, I scrolled right past it. No, he is. You're right. Good pull.
Yeah,
that's crazy that your fucking facial recognition of Anthony Hopkins is there. That's
kicked
really
in,
funny.
yeah. He's very like decisive, or not decisive, distinctive, and so it's like, yeah,
he is. So, before we talk more about this movie, because I do, what do you think of this movie overall? I mean, did you, like, if you were to give it a star rating, did you enjoy watching it at all, or did the spacey twist kind of shit?
I enjoyed it.
Tank it for you. Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot of the movie outside of the scenes where it's like directly Kevin Spacey talking to the detective, right?
Sure.
And
yeah.
I felt like those were the weakest, and so the twist at the end to me was like not a spit in the face, but I was like, yeah, okay. Like it's like, yeah, sort of figured and the line, it's just the fucking devil line, like every time I'm like, all right, like that was a real like kick in the teeth. Which, and I think again, like watching it 30 years ago, and like I feel like I would have been like blown away. I'm like, yo, what the even if I like had my reservations about his character and about like his character's role or whatever, I still would have been like, wow, they really played that like super well up until I would have had the same thoughts about it as I did with Begonia. I would have been like, you know, it keeps you guessing right up until the end. You really have no idea, and then it just hits you, boom, you know. And as he's walking away, he has a sick line drop, you know, and that's like how I would have felt about it. No preconceived notions like 30 years ago, and it just doesn't hold up now.
It's disgusting for you to. It's disgusting for you to compare Begonia to this movie. I feel I feel dirty.
I'm comparing how I would have reacted to this movie with the same way how I reacted to Begonia. Okay.
I just think
anyone who has that opinion should be put in the stockades and having Rotten Tomatoes thrown at them. Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes. More of a Metacritic fan myself.
I'm more of a Letterboxd user.
Christopher, earlier, I was watching the Timothée Chalamet Henry V movie.
Yeah, how was that?
It's okay. It was fun. Yeah, it was fine. When is he bad? You know, when is Timmy not a fun performer to watch?
I've seen some interviews with him. He's bringing the juice. You know, I like the energy that he's bringing to performing. You know,
he's coming for
the respect for it. Yeah,
he's coming to. He's coming for that. He's getting it. It's gonna be. He has locked Plemons the fuck out. It's him and DiCaprio. I'm so serious. They're like running like toward the fucking finish line. So, but no. Fuck. What was I saying? Oh, we watched this movie and I mentioned the Oscar race of it all, and I was like, but it's fine. You know, it's fine that Plemons will get locked out. It'll just contribute to the overdue narrative the next time that he campaigns.
Right.
And Chris was like, yeah, he can just like, you know, with his hair right now all along, he could just be in one of these night movies. And I was like, oh, he could be kind of dirty and sweaty in one of these English night movies. Like that could be fun, like a grim dark. So the fact that you just compared a Plemons movie to this, where Kevin Spacey's hair is like Dracula, like he has the fucking Dracula hairline, like a Dracula comb over somehow. I feel dirty and mad about it.
Listen, Lane, I can only say what springs from me naturally, all right? And that's what's sprung.
I don't want to hear what sprung from you naturally or inorganically.
Or unnaturally, yeah. If this was just an action movie, if there was no Kevin Spacey in it,
like a crime,
if it's just like a crime action thriller where the end
Reservoir Dogs style,
or whatever,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Shit explodes. And you know what? Even if it was Kevin Spacey, but they're playing it where he's like a part of the group, and then at the end he betrays them all. Right. I maybe would have liked it a little bit more. Actually, I definitely would have liked it more. And you know what? You can even include that same cheesy line at the end. You know, the greatest fucking trick the devil ever pulled was in the world.
You hear that a lot.
Yeah.
You hear that line a lot, but you never like the thing I always think of is actually the very end where he's like, he's gone. I think of that, and I actually have done that because it's such a funny, like it's just such a funny, like, I don't know, thing to say and do. Like, why are you doing that with your hand? Like, what are you? I will give it to Spacey. It is a memorable performance. Yeah. You don't have to hand it to Kevin Spacey, but like I will give it that this is like iconic, and he's making choices even if they're kind of not selling very well in 2025.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think also like the cerebral palsy, maybe slightly autistic side of it is something that viewers in 2025 versus like 95 are going to be very different. Like the lens through which they view these people, and especially people who have like interacted with anyone who's like, you know, a neurotypical or neuroatypical, and it's like, all right, well, like, like, yes, are there like mannerisms which are distinctive to like people who are neuroatypical? Sure. But like,
neurodivergent is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, compared to Begonia, we had an actual like autistic actor in that movie, you know, and like he is doing mannerisms that you associate with autistic people, but like it doesn't come across as fucking weird and put upon, and you know.
I never once thought that. Well, I thought if he was a neurotypical actor doing that, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like he's doing it in such a way that it doesn't feel insulting or demeaning towards people who are neurodivergent.
Right.
But he's also like nailing it. I'm like, dude, like this guy's like has to have someone in his family who like deals with something like this, because like that's spot on mannerisms, right? And so like seeing Kevin Spacey's mannerisms here, it's like like, buddy, like you're missing the mark in a few ways. And especially again, like the inconsistency, which is tough to delineate between like how intentional that is in order to like,
I think you're hung up on that.
I know,
like
I know.
The physical thing is the only thing that he is like supposed to be conveying, other than he's a weird guy. Like he's supposed to be like a weird, annoying guy.
Right.
And then he also has this like limp, and you know, I don't think that he's necessarily supposed to be.
Is weird. It's just a weird guy. Oh, okay. That's good to know, Lane.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that one down.
Those are write that down. Put it on a fucking road sign for me. No, but just he's not supposed to be. You know, he's not doing the Tom Hanks or like the Tropic Thunder thing of like, you know, I won't say the whole line, but like, he's not doing that. You know, I do think he's supposed to be mentally competent, fine, just quirky. I don't think there's any. So, I mean, I don't think the inconsistency can be read as anything other than that he's like kind of a hot-tempered, kind of slimy guy. Like, I don't think it's anything more than that.
If that was the case, if he was supposed to be someone like neurotypical, then I'm like even more convinced that like, yeah, he fucking did it like earlier in the film. If I was like watching this with you in theaters and I was like, is he like,
why are you trying to put him into like this block? Like, it's just any of these guys. Do you hear Benicio del Toro talk in this fucking movie? He sounds ridiculous. Why are you not suspicious of him? Because he's not doing any. He's an alien from fucking out. He's from the Andromedon galaxy that Emma Stone is from. Like, is the way he talks in this movie.
Because he's not
crazy.
The one telling
he might as well
the
be talking in the clicks and shit. Like, sure, I get that. It's just I just think it's weird. I like this like binary of like, well, is he weird enough to be autistic?
Well,
like, it's just weird.
Fine.
It's just like,
all right, fine. Yeah. Like whether or not he is right,
or neurotypical,
right? Like putting that all aside, right? Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo, and like whether or not that is a choice made by, like the director, by the screenwriter, by the actor, right? All of them make his character suspicious enough that the payoff at the end just feels too. Not heavy-handed, but like too self-congratulatory, right? Where it's.
I agree with you there. I do think that the movie does jerk itself into a frenzy at the end.
Right.
Now, part of it I can kind of understand. If you're like, I'm pulling this off, and they did back then, they pulled it off. I can understand wanting to be like doing victory laps and showing the coffee cup breaks 6 times in a row. Like, I understand. Yeah. Like, I get it. But at the same time, it is very eye-rolly in 2025.
Yeah.
But I just, I think that it is impossible for anyone who knows anything about Spacey to watch this movie and like judge his performance on the merits. Like, I think that you'd have to show this to like a 12-year-old who doesn't know anything about House of Cards or, you know, Beyond the Sea for it to work.
And the thing is, I feel like, well, I mean, I don't know. Beyond the Sea is like probably maybe the only movie I've seen Kevin Spacey in. I don't know. Maybe there's others, but
no, you've seen Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so
Believe It or Else. Yeah,
but yeah, it's...
you've also seen A Bug's Life, surely.
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
sure you've seen the movie 21.
Never seen 21.
Horrible Bosses. Okay. Well, anyway,
I guess I'll part of that, but. Yeah, I don't know. Like, end of the day, all right, fine. Like, say what you will about like his character within the movie, but it it put up a lot of flags, and I feel like anyone who like consumes enough media nowadays would see those same flags in this movie, and they'd be like, "All right, well."
I don't think those flags are there. I think the flags that you're thinking are Kevin Spacey's horrible face and Dracula hairline. I think it's that. I don't think you're seeing the things you think you're seeing.
Okay.
Just like that. It's gone.
Yeah, maybe.
So, okay.
I don't know.
Can you give me a line reading on "Hand me the keys, you fucking cocksucker"?
Hand me the keys, you fucking cocksucker.
You sound like the what's the old movie that the fake one that they watch in Home Alone?
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Yeah. Leave the money at the door, you stinking animal.
So, I wanted. We have a lot more to talk about. We haven't really talked about anything in this movie other than the main twist.
Yeah.
But I think it could be fun to do the game now if you're down.
You want to play a little game?
The other half.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love that I don't have to cut it in. Because you said it for me.
I've got the voice line. Yeah.
I'm going to send you pictures. So the way that this game is going to work, this is a continuation of the 60-second plot description. Okay. So I'm going to send you the photos of these actors. And what we're going to do... It's so crazy that Spacey's last name is Fowler. It's not even Spacey.
Really? That's a stage name?
Yeah. I mean, his middle name or his full name is Kevin Spacey Fowler, apparently.
Why didn't you go
We talk about him too much. After this game, we're done talking about him.
Okay.
I don't know, bro. All right. I have sent Ricky 5 actors and their pictures off of Letterboxd from this movie. So, Gabriel Byrne, Spacey, Benicio del Toro, Giancarlo Esposito, and Dan Hedaya. Those 5 actors are actors from 6 movies that we have previously watched on this show.
Okay.
Don't say anything yet, Ricky.
Okay.
We're going to continue the 60-second plot description with a new twist on this game, which is I'm going to read you the Wikipedia paragraphs from the movies that we have watched that these actors have shown up in. And I want you to see how quickly you can guess the movie and what actor is in them.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the description, and then you're going to tell me what movie it is and then who the actor is.
Yeah.
So for the usual suspects, right, I'd start reading and you'd say, oh, it's whichever one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that we can get through more than one of these in 60 seconds? Because my thought was we would do a marathon run through as many as we could in 60 seconds. But if you think
maybe we get
that's
one.
too ambitious, we can...
I think it's fine. You know, run the clock. But I think maybe we get maybe make it like a stopwatch thing, so it counts up, and you can like see once we've gotten to the minute point and be like, all right, that would have been the cutoff, but.
I'll do so. I'll do that. Okay. So it might be helpful to you to also have up the list of we want to watch films.
Okay.
So like I said, there's 6 of them total, 5 actors. Del Toro, Spacey, Byrne, Hedaya, Esposito.
Mm-hmm.
No women in this movie, really. There's 1 woman. Let me know when you're ready to start.
I am still trying to pull up the
and they
watch playlist. Just give me a sec. Movie list. All right.
These are... All right, I have these ordered from, I think, easiest to hardest.
Okay.
So we'll see where we get. All right. 60 seconds on the clock to start. 3, 2, 1... Go. Rather than providing a straightforward biography, the film weaves fantasy sequences with scenes containing somewhat fictionalized accounts of events in Darren's life, and throughout it, the adult singer interacts with his younger self.
And I'm assuming this one is Kevin Spacey.
It sure is. Okay, next. 25-year-old Mookie lives in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, with his sister Jade, has a toddler son named Hector with his Latina girlfriend Tina, and works as a delivery man at a pizzeria owned by Italian-American Sal Frangione. Sal's oldest son, Pino, is a racist. Yes.
God, I don't know who was in that one. Is it Gabriel James Byrne?
No, not Gabriel Byrne.
Okay. Should I guess a second person? I don't know.
Yeah, you can guess a second person. Yeah.
Was Giancarlo
was 60
in that
seconds.
one? Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yes, he's bugging out. No, it's okay. We can keep going. So he's bugging out.
Right. I remember we talked about that. Yeah.
Yes. Next, in Chandler, Arizona, FBI special agents Kate Mercer and Reggie Wayne lead a raid in a Sonora cartel. Yes. And who's in it?
Yeah. Benicio Monserrate Rafael del Toro Sanchez.
It is funny. His whole ass name is on the letterbox list. Miniature artist Annie Graham lives in northern Utah with her psychiatrist husband Steve and their children, 16-year-old Peter and 13-year-old Charlie. The family attends the funeral of Annie's secretive mother, Ellen.
Oh, wait.
At which Annie is surprised at the number of mourners in attendance.
I know. It's not Midsommar. It's the other movie by that guy. I'm looking for it. Hereditary.
And who's in it?
This is tough, man. I you know what? I'll go Gabriel James Byrne again.
It is Gabriel Byrne. He plays the dad. Right.
Okay.
Two more. The film opens with brightly lit images of couples dancing the jitterbug, over which a young blonde woman appears smiling and being applauded. This is followed by a point of view shot descended toward a pillow as someone lies down. At night, on Mulholland Drive, I didn't think this one through.
I'm going to have to go with Mulholland Drive for this one.
How'd you know that? That's crazy.
Not too bad.
But who's in it?
Dan Hedaya?
It is Dan Hedaya. Yes, he plays one of the mobster guys. If you remember the scene where they're like, "This is the girl." All right, last one. So this is a repeat. So. In the Dark Ages, the sorcerer Merlin retrieves the magical sword Excalibur. Again, another one I didn't think through. I should have done these two first.
Is the movie named Excalibur, or
it is named Excalibur?
It was from the 80s.
Yes. Do you remember who is in that?
That was a funny one. Not really. I'll give this one to Benicio Monserrate Rafael del Toro Sanchez.
It is not Benicio del Toro. No, it's Gabriel Byrne, who is Pendragon.
I was going to do Byrne, but I kept giving shit to Byrne, and it's a little too much, right? I can't keep throwing him a bone like that.
Yeah, because that movie's super Irish. That movie has a bunch of Patrick Stewart is in that movie. There's a bunch of people English in that. So
O'Connell's and whatnot. Yeah,
not quite what I was going for. Liam Neeson is who I was going to say, but
right. Classic,
anyway,
yep.
But yes, there's a lot of our guys in this. Well done, you got that. You did better than I thought you would.
Not too bad. What was the final time on that? 13 minutes.
It's 3:52. I'll cut out some.
That's not too shabby.
Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, and I didn't even really go that deep into this cast, so there could be others, but I think that I got everybody that we've seen, at least in a movie we've covered for this show. So, lot of our guys in it. What did you think of the other performers? I mean, obviously, there are some others too. Kevin Pollak, Stephen Baldwin, those are the other two. Usual suspects. Chaz Palminteri is the cop that you don't like. Pete Postlethwaite is the really racist caricature that I forgot about.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fun. The beginning, when they're all lined up and they're doing the "hand me the keys, cocksucker," that bit. Yeah. Very funny, and I thought it would be more like that. I thought this was going to be a police try to shake down all these different suspects, and they give a lot of different conflicting stories, and they have to figure out who's at the center of it all, right?
Right.
And I was really looking forward to that. And I don't know, I liked a lot of the action sequences that they gave outside of that. But I don't know, it wasn't what I was expecting.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. This movie does give, crime, drama, thriller, kind of cool, Ocean's 11 style, right? Have you seen Ocean's 11? Or
Yeah. I've watched a couple of them. I don't know if I've seen 11 specifically, but I've seen a few.
That's the first one, so there aren't 11
again,
of them.
That doesn't really help, right?
Yeah.
I think I've seen 12 and 13. I feel like I did watch 11 because like I started watching 12 and they were talking about like their old heists. I was like, well, I guess I gotta watch Ocean 11's first, you know?
Sure.
But I've definitely seen a couple of them, yeah.
But it does kind of give you that like it does. You go in thinking, okay, this is going to be like a cool, slick, Reservoir Dogs with like a higher budget action crime. And it is that, but it's also so much more than that. It's also like so much more psychologically deceptive and noir-ish than you would be led to believe. So I hear you there. I find it, I'm cool on this movie. I don't love this movie, but I think it's effective at what it's trying to do at the very least. So, love to see a boat get blown up. Love to see cops get robbed. Like, that's fun. The assassin scenes with where they try to kidnap Kobayashi, the Kobayashi character. Mm-hmm. Like those are fun, like thrilling
There's
set pieces.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. And like really fun editing, fun score. Just, I don't think that I kind of wish that this movie had been recognized for other things than the two most annoying parts of it. Like, that's just where I keep coming back to, like, there's really cool effects in this. Like, it's cool to see a plane taking off. You don't fucking see that anymore, like a real plane.
You just don't see that shit. They just don't take off planes anymore.
They don't. Not in movies. Like, you don't really see that. Like, I think part because you usually, like, it's either CG or, like, no one is wowed by that. But, like, a plane taking off is, like, kind of a crazy thing to film, like, especially 30 years ago, I guess, So just, I saw that and I was like, this looks cool. You can tell it's fucking real. Like, the shooting scenes as well, just a lot of like fun action that I wish that was this movie's legacy and not like the twist and Kevin Spacey. Like, I just keep coming back to that, being disappointed that that's what people take away from it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like I love the action sequences, and I feel like this would have been a really, really cool action movie if it was like, if the premise behind it was just slightly changed, right? And you could still include a lot of the like, Kevin Spacey, fucking devil, doesn't exist. Like, great, like, fine, cool. You can include all that. You can have your hat drop at the end, but like, you could have also given us cake instead of eating it too.
They didn't drop it. He drops the coffee cup. They actually show it like 6 times. If you rewind and watch the end of the movie again, you'll see that he drops a coffee cup, not a hat, because the coffee cup says right. Kobayashi on the bottom, and that's what he realizes where that name came from.
I should maybe rewatch the movie several times in order to get that. Yeah.
And put it all together.
That was a glaring omission on my part. You are correct. Yeah.
I do think Gabriel Byrne is also, I mean, again, he has the arc, but he is the way more interesting actor to watch in this movie. Like first of all, his hair is incredible. He has an unbelievable head of hair in this fucking movie. It's so good. Like, that is my platonic ideal of hair, is like, it's like, it looks like it's a little bit oiled maybe, or gelled up into that, like styled that way, but it looks so bouncy and like buoyant. It's great. He looks awesome. But again, his whole character is like, the guy trying to make it straight, like the former, like, he was a cop, he was scuzzy. Now he's trying to be like a civilian, doing the right thing. Like, that's compelling, and he plays it with all this sensitivity and edge. He is scary, but you never really buy that he's Kaiser Sussy either. Like, you never buy that he's like the guy. Even though they hype up how ruthless he is, I don't feel like you really get that from him. So you don't see it, at least, but. Yeah. I already mentioned Benicio.
Just because,
go ahead.
I just want to say, just because I have the Letterboxd page pulled up, can I read out to you just a few of the comments, which I personally enjoy here?
Sure. Yeah.
Kaiser Chungus. That's a great one. That's really up there for me.
I've blocked so many people on Letterboxd. Here's my PSA. I haven't been on this soapbox on this podcast in a long time. If you're not blocking people on social media, you're doing it wrong. You should be blocking. The block function is free. People don't realize this. I've talked to people who are like, I've never blocked anyone on anything in my life. It's like going through the internet without having an ad blocker on. Why are you doing that to yourself? You should be blocking. If you see I have thousands of people probably blocked on fucking Letterboxd. If I see a stupid take, I'm like, I'll never know this person. I never need to know this person. I never need to hear this person's takes on anything ever again. I never need to see this stupid joke again. Bye. Goodbye. You don't exist in my life anymore. It's that easy. Everyone should be doing this. Have you heard about this?
Now, have you heard about this? Now, I do want to say, I feel like the better joke that could be made here would have been like
Chungus
Kaiser Sussy, right?
Oh,
or Chungus Sussy would also work very well. I feel like Chungus Sussy would have been like the final form of said joke.
Real quick, I have to find out how to block somebody on Discord.
On Discord, yeah.
And my phone, and I don't know.
And on our podcasting platform.
Yeah. No, I have, because there's Letterboxd is like really bad about it. I get it. People complain about it, of like people just popping off stupid jokes like that. Every review is, every movie has like the top like 10 reviews are usually like popular accounts that have like one-liners about, I want to fuck Gabriel Byrne or whatever. But if you block those people, then you'll only see real reviews, and it's fine, and the site becomes usable again. It's the same with Twitter. It's the same any website. Just block them. Anyway, did you have other popular reviews? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. They mentioned the double plot twist. What's the first plot twist? I only saw one plot twist. Is the first plot twist? What is the first plot twist of this double plot twist? Is my question here?
What is the name of this person? What's the username?
Under recent reviews, 4.5 stars. This review may contain spoilers.
Oh,
all
it's
caps,
a recent.
Yes. Period. Yeah. And then lowercase. The dynamics of these guys together was something special. Period. And the double plot twist? Question mark. Come on. Period.
I don't have this person blocked.
I just want to mention that they did not capitalize the first letter of any of their sentences, outside of yes, which was all caps. Just saying.
So I think this person's alluding to the reveal like, oh, it's Gabriel Byrne. The like climactic scene in the office before the reveal. I think that's what they're referring to as the twist.
That's not really a plot twist, though.
It seems like it, though. If the movie ended there and it was like truly like he was Kaiser Sussy this whole time, and you had been led to believe that he was, a good guy.
That's true. Yeah.
But
maybe more interesting. But no. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
But I don't read those. I just don't read those. I don't know why we.
I only had it because I had the Letterboxd page up. All right.
Sure. What did you think of? Let's talk about the character up to the reveal of Kaiser Soze and like the mythologizing. What did you think of that as like a device of like a scary boogeyman seen in the shadows? You see a hacky rape flashback, but other than that, you don't really see him like doing the deeds. Like what do you think?
I liked it up until a point, and then it just felt like too gratuitous and cheesy, and that's again, like that's kind of the point where they lost me, right? Where it's just like way too over the top, and especially with like Kevin Spacey doing the whole like, would you shoot the devil in the back? And I'm like, all right, like
he's not Irish.
I probably fucking would.
Did you give him a little bit of a lilt there? A little bit of something.
Kevin Spacey to you. Yeah.
Holy shit. I mentioned this in our group chat. I watched the Sarah Palin like HBO docudrama a couple days ago. And apparently she calls Biden Biden in one of the debates that they did.
Biden. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
They had to correct her like multiple times to be like, just call him Joe. Just don't even say his last name if you can't get it right. But yeah.
Maybe she was just trying to say Joe Biden really quickly, and it came out
Joe
Biden, you know? Yeah. She's dropping the J.
It's cleaner.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. It does become a little gratuitous. But I like the idea of like a legendary person that you don't see on screen. Actually, the boys in the band does it. If you remember that movie. Yeah. Not to compare this movie to that movie, but what is his name? Harold? That you don't see Harold until the very end, and when he shows up, he's like just destroys the party. He's just like the least fun you've ever met, and also the meanest person. Yeah. Harold could kill Kaiser Soze. But
yeah. Harold could beat Kaiser Soze.
He might be. What if he was? We should retcon this.
We should remake both Boys in the Band and The Usual Suspects and just cut their
merge
two
them.
endings.
Fan edit? Fan edit? Am I hearing the need?
The Usual Boys in the Band?
Oh, that's pretty good, actually. The Suspects in the Band?
The Suspects in
the Boys and the Suspects?
That one, well, I don't know. That could be a double entendre there. That could work pretty well, actually. We'll see what we can do with that, right?
Did you watch this movie with subtitles on?
I don't remember. Probably, though. I try to watch a lot of movies with subtitles.
I'm curious because the first time I watched it, I don't think I did, and I had no idea what, as anyone does, what Benicio del Toro was saying. And so obviously I watch every movie with subtitles now if I can. And
same.
This time I was like, oh, he's not even saying anything crazy. It's just his accent makes it sound way crazy. It makes you think, because like Stephen Baldwin is like fucko, like he's saying all kinds of crazy shit, and then Del Toro's like dialogue is all pretty normal, like pretty straight up, not anything too crazy. I listened, I tried to look it up, could not tell you what accent he's trying to do. He steals
That's like any of my accents when I just like I obviously don't have a set reference point, and like every time I'm bringing it to the table, it's just not what it was before.
Ukrainian? Yeah, right. Like,
yeah. Slava Ukraini? Like, what's happening here, man?
But he has this like megawatt thing going on where you're just like, you have to fucking watch him every time he's on screen because he's blown them all off the screen. He's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's great. The others less so. The lesser Baldwin, he's fine. Kevin Pollak's cool. Like to see him and stuff. But
the Lester Baldwin is crazy.
There's like
I didn't realize that was a Baldwin.
He looks just like Alec Baldwin. He looks just like him.
Yeah.
If anything, he's like the better looking Baldwin than Alec. At least around this time.
That's kind of crazy.
Just like he's like Alec Baldwin looks couch-like. I don't know how to describe it. He's just textured in a way. Whereas this one, at least,
right.
if he didn't have that fuck ass beard and haircut combo, he could be like a normal looking guy. He'd still have the Baldwin of it all, but anyway. What else about The Usual Suspects? Oswald was a fag. Crazy thing to say before you shoot somebody. Just crazy to fucking say that. Did he get permission? Not to say fag on every Kevin Spacey episode. But
did he even ask for permission from anyone in the LGBTQ plus community, or like what's going on here? Because me personally, I mean, as an affiliate, I'm a little offended on their behalf, right?
That's what the A stands
As
for.
an associate. Like,
Ally is out.
Yeah, affiliate
Broke,
is in.
Yeah, ally. Woke, affiliate. That's great. Maybe we should rebrand our watchers as affiliates. Would that be funny?
Would it?
No. But when he says the line, I like rewound. I was like, did he really just say? I was like, did he say what I think he said?
It was like top 10 greatest hits. Play that one back.
Put that one on the YouTube. No, I was just I doubted I heard it.
Put it on the YouTube rewind.
I doubted I heard it right. There's a lot of little lines in this movie that are fun, I guess, or like kind of like quippy.
Yeah.
But
which again sort of to me like lends itself to more of like the action side of it, right?
Where,
like,
why is this movie
like, all of
so
that...
impressed? Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Why are they so pressed to like? They're pressed to impress. You know, it's like, bro, like I get it. Calm down. You know, like you're doing a lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff I enjoy. Let's let's center it around that a little bit more heavily.
The score's fun. I really dug the music. I locked into that the most. I actually listened to some of that music afterward.
Oh shit! Hell yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I'm trying to think of other set pieces. The Kobayashi thing, like the introduction to his character, is cool and haunting.
That was cool.
But after the first, again, the accents and the lines, man. I was like, oh, he's doing a racist Asian accent. Like, this is an English character. And I was like, is he doing an Indian accent? What are we? What? I went through like several stages of disbelief. Like the grief cycle was happening in front of me. Like
it's the Epcot Center like tour of Asia, right? Where you're like, oh, okay, all right. So they're stopping in Japan now. Okay, and then you're like, what is this? Is this like the borderline between China and Russia? It's like some Mongolian adjacent, it's accent. It's like, okay, fine, I guess, right? Like, only mountainous people, I guess, because it's like, they travel to India. It's like, all right, so we're just following mountains around. Like, what's going on here? I'm just ripping your lane.
I watched a movie the other day called The Devil All the Time, which was a star-studded...
The greatest trick the devil
ever pulled was being all the time.
All the time. Yeah. When I heard the line, one of the only things that came to mind was like, I can't wait for on the pod to say the greatest trick Ricky ever pulled was making Lane watch this for the pod. And then I was just like thinking of different riffs off of that. I know, but it's like I was trying to find a good riff off of it, and there's not a ton of good ones. But
I watched this movie, and it's got Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Bill Skarsgård,
like him,
a bunch of guys, It's a movie about like Appalachia, middle of the century, like
I lived there,
backwoods. Bro, I have to bleep that. But
it's a big place,
like deep like West Virginia, not Pennsylvania.
Yeah. There's some deep Appalachia out here.
Not in bleep where you live. I don't want to hear it, or where you've ever lived. You have never lived in the fucking mountainous regions of Pennsylvania.
I currently live in a mountainous region of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Do not
there's
act
Confederate
like...
flags within a 20-minute drive of my current location.
That is not what I mean, and you know it.
Whether or not it's sequestered from that is another topic.
It's extremely sequestered. Anyway, there is just a lot of accent work happening in that movie. Just like a cacophony of like different attempts at like the West Virginia accent that is so unfortunate. So then to also have watched The Usual Suspects and this Timmy Chalamet movie where people are doing English accents, and Robert Pattinson's in that too, doing a French accent. I've had the fucking world tour. I've done the Epcot tour around the fucking globe.
Yeah, you did the full Epcot world tour.
In the last, and I watched the Sarah Palin movie where she's doing, Julianne Moore is doing Sarah Palin, so she's doing like Midwest or
that's the
Minnesota.
Alaskan accent.
Yeah.
Oh, Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah. So
isn't Palin a?
Yeah, but she grew up in Minnesota.
In Alaska.
Yeah. Okay, so she's got the Yooper accent kind of, but anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Do we have anything else to say about The Usual Suspects from 1995? I feel like we didn't talk about the movie, but like, it's fine.
I didn't have anything to say about this movie going into it, except for the Kevin Spacey. Like, the first 6 minutes of this pod, That's what I had. All right, you brought the juice. You carried it for the rest of it.
Thank God I brought a game. Thank God I brought 2 games to pad out
and notes too.
Yeah, a sub-hour long movie or podcast would be really tough in this day and age. We haven't done that in a while.
I like how in this day and age, being like after our first year, like I feel like we had that a few times in the first year where we were like,
I think we had
cutting around an hour.
That's why I'm saying, it's rare. We rarely go less than $1.10 anymore. Like usually we go
That's
for.
True.
Granted, we do spend long swaths of the beginning of the episode usually talking about Mario, but you know.
yeah, we get like a 20-minute buffer window of just like bullshit, right? We didn't have our bullshit buffer.
We did not have the bullshit buffer. Good, that's good. Maybe next time you can come up with a game.
Don't hold your breath.
Okay. Next week, I have a director picked out, but I don't have the movie. So I want to know, would you rather watch something that is short and perhaps a little bit kind of like might be hard to lock into? Or would you rather watch something weird and metatextual, but probably a lot to talk about? Like, would you rather kind of take a big swing? They're 2 big swings, but would you rather do like a, you know, what's your flavor?
Like a soft lob or a fastball right down the middle.
Well, I don't think either of these are necessarily
years are these movies from
fastballs. The first one is 97. The second one is 2022.
Oh, that's interesting.
The first one is very brief. It's like a short runtime and a simple plot. I don't know. I have not watched.
Heard about the 22 one?
Probably not.
No.
No.
Okay, we'll do the 22 one.
Okay. I want to watch No Bears from 2022, directed by Jafar Panahi. So this actor, or director rather, he's Iranian. I have not seen any movies from his filmography. He has a movie out in theaters right now that is getting a lot of Oscar buzz that I want to see. But before I do that, I want to watch at least one of his movies. So, do you want anything spoiled about this movie going in?
Preferably not. No.
Okay.
Yeah. I like going into movies blind.
Okay. This might be a very confusing movie to go into blind. I was confused reading the plot description of it. So, like I said, metatextual, perhaps. We'll pick it up next week. But yes, so this is No Bears from 2022, directed by Jafar Panahi. This is a very well-acclaimed movie. I think will be an interesting one to dig into. And we can kind of get into... It might be a little bit of a fraught episode. We might have some politics that we need to like shut up about or keep our feet from going in our mouths about. We'll see.
Okay.
But yay. I guess I'll end with the Drake song that you voice noted to me earlier.
Yeah.
Unless you have any
that'd be perfect.
Opposition to that? Okay, cool.
No, I think that's spot on.
With no context
if you
at
could
all.
Actually,
yeah.
Yeah, if you could fade or like cut immediately from where I end to the actual song as well, that'd be like perfect. Yeah.
I can do that.
If that's possible.
Okay. I can do anything. Have you listened to this show?
No, that's the problem actually. And that's why it never gets any better. Because it's not a feedback loop whatsoever, right? Like there's nothing going back into, this fucking noggin up here to reinforce like good behaviors or come away from bad ones. It's just I get on here, I vomit out of my mouth for like 45 minutes, and then you clean up the episodes afterwards and make them listenable, right?
They're not listenable. Let's end.
I wouldn't know that.
No piss. No piss. No piss. No piss. No. I don't get sleepy off no melatonin. My therapist gave me a 30-day notice because I keep on talking about beefing and business and money and women. There's no diagnosis. They empty the clip. He's gone.